What a weekend, Mr. Michael Foret. First off, Tulane gets a dub. Second off, Alabama loses, and to cap it off, LSU goes into Death Valley Junior against the Paw Patrol Tigers and gets a dominating win. The first time in 5 years LSU has won a season opener against a really good Clemson football team. I thought it was a great game. Defensively, my biggest takeaway, the Tigers are back. As a kid growing up, Mike, watching this football team, they did two things. They were aggressive blitzing and they were fast and physical. LSU showed all that. Perkins looked like Perkins again. Whit Weeks was great. The cornerbacks, great coverage on the outside. And then Coach Baker absolutely dialing up some really good blitzes and staying aggressive the entire game. Offensively, Mike, I'm just quickly, I thought Garrett Nussmeier did a great job of controlling a line of scrimmage. I felt like Nuss, Mike, not a lot of quarterbacks can control a game, recognize blitzes, go to different plays, and read defenses. Nuss did a great job of that. And you know what he didn't do? Turn the football over. He knew his defense was playing great, and you played it safe. The Tigers got the win.
Yeah, Tigers looked like a team who spent a lot of money in the offseason. Let's just say that. So,
Yeah, Dick, man.
people were discounting it like before the game. I mean, I would say like 80% of the people I heard give predictions are saying Clemson. So, and that even came from a lot of LSU people. So, if you listen to the pod with me and Zach, I said under an LSU and a bang. So, yeah, they look good. They spent a lot of money in the offseason. Patrick Payton looked pretty good. Whit Weeks. They got players that like all over the place now. So Perkins looked good when he was blitzing the passer. I know when he came back to LSU, he wanted to be like more of a linebacker role, but the star position's good. But yeah, I'd like to see him
Looking
blitzing
for him.
about 80% of the time, to be honest with you. But he's just so damn good at it. But yeah, no, it was impressive. Mansour Delane, he's gonna be. If he plays like even nearly that every single game, then he's going to be a first round pick easily.
Like
So,
100%. And
yeah,
Pickens was good as well because they didn't throw the ball to him. When you're a cornerback and you didn't throw the ball to him, that means you have good coverage.
yeah, he was out there. Then no one even knew he was out there. No one even mentioned it,
That's
dude.
good.
He looks like a freaking like T Rex out there. I mean, he's sick. He's a 6'5" corner. Like he looks
A
so.
unicorn.
Yeah, he looks gigantic out there. So looks like Kevin Durant's playing corner out there. Like it's just crazy how much taller he looks than everybody. But yeah, he had one target and no catches, and no one even mentioned him.
Safeties
So
look good as
yep.
well.
You noticed a difference as soon as Halsey came in too. Like you
Yes.
noticed that more of a
Yes.
physical presence. So yeah, no, Tigers look good. Yeah, hopefully they can
Offensive
kind of
line
run the
did not.
ball. Yeah, if
Uh,
LSU can run the ball 100, I think if LSU can run the ball 100 yards a game, that they'll win every single game. I will say that. So,
I'll say this: that was the toughest defensive line LSU's going to face all season, Mike. It's a new offensive line. You're replacing 4 out of 5 starters. I thought they did well using motion to get Xavier Thomas, to get Juwan Johnson involved. Those were your best running plays when they were using motion to strength. Um, I felt like they had a good game plan of not letting Nuss sit back there as a sitting duck and take deep shots because he's not going to have time against that defensive line. I think it was good, smart football, get the ball into Nuss's hands. And Nuss did a good job of really controlling the game and controlling the line of scrimmage. My two negatives, Mike, because we talked a lot of positives, two negatives. I want to see this offensive line continue to grow as the season goes along. I didn't think they were terrible. I don't think they were great, but that's also they're playing one of the best defensive lines in the country. Brian Kelly hates points, and it didn't matter in the end, but it could have mattered. Uh, the past two seasons, season openers, USC, they had points on the first drive. He decides to go for it. They don't get anything. Against Florida State, if you remember in Orlando 2 years ago, it was back to back drives to start the game. They don't get points. You don't get points out of the final drive in the second quarter. Dude, it's a game where those points could have mattered. If Clemson scores there at the end, it's a 10-point game instead of a 7-point game. Really, it should have been 27-10 with taking those points and that touchdown that wasn't a touchdown, that clearly was a touchdown to Brown. A really good pass by Nussmeier. But overall, really impressed by this Tigers football team.
Yeah, LSU played a lot better than what the score showed. They just, just inopportune things. I mean, the fumble, and then Brian Kelly. Yeah, even the play call didn't even make sense. It'd have been one thing if you went to the end zone.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
there's
dude,
15
throwing
seconds
it
left.
backwards.
He throws it backwards, and then like, okay, if he gets the what was it like 4th and 2, 4th and 3? Okay, let's say he
Yeah,
gets
the
3 or 4
timeouts.
yards. You have no time. You have no timeouts. The clock's running. So like, what do you do then? You kick a field goal. So it's like you either go to the end zone or you just don't run that play. And I don't know. He's just that was really bad. But Brian Kelly, it wasn't his best coach game, but they got the dub, so that's all that matters. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they just build on top of this win and move forward with confidence. But yeah, it's a lot different team this year than it has been the past few years.
I want to make this clear to people that like, I'm a nerd with football. We watch a lot of college football, Mike. You're watching Tennessee. They have one read as quarterbacks, right? A lot of quarterbacks in college football have one read. Garrett Nussmeier last night was seeing blitzes, pulling in one of his big tight ends, moving his running back over, calling plays, and then when he read the defense, the play that they ran 4 straight times, he has an option, Mike, and he made the correct read. That's why he's a first round pick kind of quarterback, because he understands the game of football. And we talked about Spencer Rattler. You talked about young quarterbacks coming to the NFL, not recognizing blitzes. And that's what frustrates me the most about Rattler. Nussmeier's the opposite of that as a young quarterback.
Yeah, we'll get to Rattler, but yeah, Nussmeier, you look good. That place to Barry and Brown. What a pass. Could have been play of the one of the best plays of college football, and nope. What is a catch? No one knows. It's just very unfortunate that we don't know. So same thing happened today in South Carolina. Looked like a touchdown.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. So, um, yeah, I think it would have been really bad if LSU lost that game. Those refs would have caught a lot of shit. The NCAA, they kind of got away with that one, but it was unbelievable. And then that pass interference on Clemson, the Clemson fans are booing. It was the most obvious pass interference
Well,
ever, throwing stuff on the
it
field.
was
It's like,
defensive holding for 10 seconds before that.
yeah, I'm like, okay. So, no, I'm glad LSU pulled it out. What do you think to be
Is
ranked
there
at? What do you think to be ranked now? Like 4, 5, 2? It just
Ohio
jumps
State?
Penn State just like that.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
kind of
think the
crazy.
2 or 3. I
I'm a,
think I
I'm
think
I'm
Ohio
gonna guess
State's one.
4. You think who?
Ohio Ohio State's one. Hold on, let's go.
Ohio State's definitely one. There's no doubt about it.
Ohio State's one by
Ohio
far.
State, Penn State, Georgia, LSU. So what does that put them at? Like 4, 5?
I think they jumped Georgia. All right, so I could say, all right, I'll say 2, 3, or 4.
I'm gonna guess 4. But yeah, it'll be top
Two, three,
five
or
for
four.
sure. Top 5, right? For sure.
Yeah, I agree. Um, so let's continue talking about college football a little bit. Let's stick in Louisiana. We'll talk about Tulane first. I know you hate Tulane, but I'll talk about Tulane. I'll let you talk about Louisiana Lafayette. Okay. Jake Retzloff comes in, the quarterback from BYU last year, really good, 11-2, almost made the college football playoffs, dominated Colorado. He's a guy that's really, really fast, 69-yard touchdown. Only has been with the team about a month. They need to get on the same page, but they dominate a Big Ten team in Northwestern defensively. But they have 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions. They look really good. They're going to play Duke in a couple of weeks. I think they're going to be favored at home, and then they play Ole Miss the rest of the season. I mean, if they go 11-1, they're in the college football playoffs. Tulane looked really impressive. Good for the wave. Terrible situation about Northwestern not letting them wear a white jersey. So I'll let them get you get to Louisiana. Raging Cajuns. The first time I've seen a Cajun struggle with rice, Mike.
So that was a good dad joke. Mid-season form, Corey. I appreciate that one. Yeah, no, they lost Walker Howard late and they blew it. I don't really know how else to say it. So people boasting up this team, saying we're gonna do big things this year, and they just that's just sports, I guess. So very unfortunate. Losing your quarterback doesn't help. The backup quarterback didn't get the job done. Didn't wasn't very impressive. So unfortunate, but Go Cajuns. On to the next one.
Yeah, I might have two Louisiana teams in the playoffs this year, which is very rare. All right, let's go to the rest of college football. Sticking with Louisiana themes, Arch Manning um, struggled mightily. Matt Patricia, NFL defense coordinator, threw a lot of things at him. Arch did not make throws. He's also 20 years old. First real road start at Ohio State. I mean, it's a tough place for Arch to get a start.
There was a video circulating on Twitter. I think it was like Busting the Boys or something like that. They might have reposted it. I don't know, but it was showing like all of Arch's passes. It's just like a highlight of all of his passes in the game. Like I'd say like 80% of his passes were like within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. So he had a couple nice throws. He had that one in the end zone that was dropped, and then he had yeah he just he looked like a 20-year-old first starting his first game in
Be
Ohio
fine.
State on the road. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. It was pretty fun on Twitter, all this stuff like
Yeah.
wrapping up burgers and all this other crazy stuff. It's just like okay, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
the
think it'll be
Bonnie
fine.
James stuff.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine long term. He came into the season so overhyped. I mean, like Ed Orgeron was like, oh, he's most talented guy since Burrow. I'm like, okay, like I don't know. He's gonna be fine, but people need to pump the brakes a little bit with the hype. So I guess it just comes with it for being a Manning. I don't know.
Life's hard, Mike, when you don't have Nick Saban as your head coach. Life becomes a lot more difficult, Michael Foret, when you don't have the discipline of Saban. Roll Tide, not anymore.
What a segue. Yeah, I don't know. Watching them, like there was just like a missing physicality with that Bama team yesterday. I didn't know what it was. Like I don't know if it was like their athletes, but that just didn't seem like a typical kind of Bama team, if that makes sense. Something felt a little off. I don't know. Bama. I said before the
It's the
season.
effort. It's the effort. It's the things you did not have to
Well,
worry about when Nick Saban was the coach. It was the hustle to play, the determination. It's just it wasn't there, and it was the same thing when they played against Vanderbilt. It was the same thing when they played against Oklahoma, and it's week one. That is a little concerning.
yeah, no, for sure. I think Bama. They're missing that for sure. And then I said it before the season, like, why is Bama ranked so high? I don't get it. Like, anytime
And they
they
have
don't
a
announce what
quarterback, Mike. They have
exactly,
a
that's what I was gonna
quarterback that
say. Like, anytime they don't
4
have a
years.
quarterback, they announce it like a week before the season. You're in trouble. So, I mean, look at the Saints. They were like, I saw ESPN's like teams that have not announced their starting quarterbacks yet. It's like Saints, and then it's like and then it's like Bama's like same situation. They announce it like a week before the game's even played. So, you know, we'll see. It might be a bit down year for Bama. I'm never going to count Bama out. That'd
Yeah,
be
they're
insane.
too
But
talented.
yeah, I mean, it's Florida State at Florida State, so this isn't like the Citadel or something like that. So,
Real quick though, with Bama, just want to go back on LSU. Are they going to be not favored in any game? Maybe on the road at Alabama, on the road at Oklahoma, depending on how. Because Oklahoma's got a pretty good quarterback, John Mateer, from Washington State. So, like, I'm looking at their schedule. I mean, South Carolina is going to be pretty good. That Florida game at home is
they're
pretty
going to be
good.
favored. They're favored right now. They have it -6 versus LSU. Or
Um,
Bama's favored by 6. That's crazy.
so Bama is the one game that they're not favored currently.
They're favored in every game except the Georgia game.
No, LSU. They don't play
Oh,
Georgia.
LSU. Yes, they should be favored in every game.
Um,
Yeah, no,
quick
they will be. Well, except Bama, yeah.
Bama. Yeah. They got, I mean, the tough games that I'm looking out for the rest of the season. I mean, it's an early season, but Florida at home. Then you got Ole Miss on the road. I'm curious to see because Ole Miss, I believe, plays Tulane the week before that. I'm curious to see how good this Ole Miss team is. No Jackson Dart, kind of new team. Sellers in South Carolina. I know you're high on Sellers. I like Sellers a lot. A&M at home. Bama. Arkansas is always tough. It's at home, and then end the year at Oklahoma. I think LSU does have a good shot. 11-1 going to the SEC title game. and could potentially be a top 4 seed pretty easily.
Yeah, no, I think so too. Yeah, I said it before season. If Brian Kelly doesn't win a championship with this team, I don't think he'll ever win one. So this is by far his most talented team. Like I said,
Yeah.
they dumped a ton of money into the portal. A ton of the. I was thinking too, like LSU after this year, a ton of these guys are going to be gone. So it's you'd have to reload just like you did in the portal, spend a ton of money, but they recruited well. But this team's very like NFL ready. So. I don't even know I don't even know LSU's quarterback's going to be next year. So I don't even.
From
I
Mississippi
guess.
State.
Yeah, I don't. They said he's been terrible in camp, but yeah, they're just probably dip in the portal and go find somebody. But it, I'm really excited for college football. It's back, baby. That's all I gotta say.
It's been incredible. You know what, Mike? Let me put on my freaking helmet. Let's strap up. Let's go,
Oh
baby.
no.
College football is back. Been waiting for this. Come on, let's put this on, man. Look, some key takeaways from week one, Michael Foret. You ready for them? One, LSU's going to be a really, really good football team. Two, Ohio State's defense absolutely loaded. Carson Beck looks really good against Notre Dame. It's currently what 9-10 Central Time, and Miami is moving to football again. It is 21-7. Carson Beck, former Georgia quarterback, looks good. Also, some other key takeaways that I have, Mike. Colorado is going to be fine. Okay, I cover the Buffs. I thought they were going to get fucking killed. Excuse my language. Killed against Georgia Tech because 3 reasons. Haynes King is a good college quarterback. They should have beat Georgia last year in that 8 overtime game. They beat Florida State. They beat Miami. Georgia Tech, I think, is going to compete in the ACC. And Colorado had one returning starter, one, their left tackle, Seaton. Okay. I thought Seltzers played well. I thought they competed in that game, and I think they're going to be a 75-8-4 football team. Terrible clock management at the end of the game. You had 2 timeouts and you leave with 2 timeouts, and they threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage and didn't call a timeout with 1 minute left. But those are my key takeaways right now. I think Miami is looking good. I think the ACC is going to have a pretty good year. The Big Ten looks like the Big Ten, but Florida State, Miami, Georgia Tech, I think Clemson's going to be fine. SMU, there's some teams in the ACC that might surprise some people.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm trying to think. What'd you think of Klubnik last night?
I thought Garrett Nussmeier controlled the game, was a way better quarterback.
Yeah, they were blitzing Klubnik like every play.
I know, but at some
It's
point
crazy.
you gotta adjust.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? At some point you got to be like, okay, I understand the blitz is coming. Let me get some hot routes. Let me get max protection in here, and kind of adjust. But what a great week one of football. The Texas Ohio State game. A lot of people like scoring. I love chess matches. I love offense and defenses. I love when it's chess mass. Chess.
I just like close games. Like if
Yes,
you're scoring a
100%.
lot, if you're going back and forth, that's awesome. If it's a defensive battle, that's awesome too, honestly.
But I
So
thought Texas, Ohio State, good game. I thought LSU, Clemson, good game. Bama, Florida State. This game could potentially be a good one. Ooh, what do you think North Carolina and Bill Belichick's going to look like? Matt Patricia will look good coming over from college football. What does North Carolina look like against TCU on Monday night?
boring.
Boring.
I don't know how to say
Is
it. I
his
think
girlfriend going to call plays?
yeah, maybe she's D line coach. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be like yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting, interesting and boring at the same time. Is that impossible? But
Yeah, it. Somebody made that was like, man, it's going to be similar to the Prime, but I kind of disagree with that. I
to
think
what?
Prime was like the hype with Coach Prime and intrigue with Coach Prime, what he would
No, no,
do with
not
his
even
first year
close. Not even
at
close.
CU.
I feel like the Belichick situation's been kind of slept on. I think it's more about his girlfriend and him have taken over like any like coaching expectations, or like no one's even talked about that. It's just about like him and what his girlfriend. Like that's all they talk about. So
I will say this about North Carolina. If he does get good, there is money there. And it's Carolina. I know it's known as a basketball school, but it's a very good school.
oh, for sure.
They have potential in the ACC. I think speaking with some people about the SEC is going to expand. I think North Carolina,
SEC is going to expand.
yes, North Carolina is the
Jeez.
first team. They are the first team they're going after.
SEC needs to kick out a couple schools, but yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
that'd be
But
good.
Carolina is the first team that they're going to go after.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great school to add. Who else would they go after?
I think Miami.
Yeah,
I
that's
used to.
insane.
I was on Virginia. If they go four, my four is North Carolina, Miami, Virginia, and then Kansas because Kansas and Missouri have a big rivalry. And then, like, dude, you got enough good football schools. Get out of basketball school because then you can have North Carolina, Kentucky, and Kansas in basketball.
This is quite ambitious. I don't know if I'm like thrilled by that if that were to have something like that were to happen, or if like I'd be like horrified. So it's just not even a conference at that point. It's just like, okay, we have all the best schools.
NFL.
Fuck you.
And
Yeah, yeah, and
and
that's what's
and
going to end
then,
up being. Then they're going to break
and
away from
then
the NCAA, and then it's going to
yeah.
be a nightmare.
And
So
then the Big Ten's going to go and get like Florida State and Clemson, who I don't think the SEC is interested in. The only reason why they'd be interested in Miami is South Florida, getting that South Florida market. That's why Miami's more popular. Tulane's waiting for all this to happen because as soon as one team leaves, they're in. They might be in anyways because the ACC is in a sticky situation, Mike. They cannot play 9 games mathematically because they have 17 teams currently. So they need to add one more team. Tulane doesn't want to do the SMU route where they have to don't have a TV contract for 10 years. Maybe they make the playoffs this year. They can say, "Hey, we'll take 10 million instead of that 25 million," and then they can get their extra 18 teams so they can play 9 games. Um, College football is weird. It's going to be totally different. Who knows what's going to happen? Notre Dame's a big domino to fall. If the Big Ten adds Notre Dame and say Florida State, like holy crap! Um,
they just scored 14-21. Yeah,
I told
no,
you it's gonna be a good
Notre
game.
Dame's their own like beast because they got that NBC contract. So
Yeah, but the Big Ten's getting like 100 million per team right now. So and Notre Dame's getting like 40 million. So they could get a big jump in pay by just going to the Big Ten, and the
So
Big Ten,
if a team gets that, do they have to like do they have to like share any of it with the like
yeah, in the
conference?
playoffs. So the best thing Notre Dame has right now, Mike, is during the playoffs. Say if LSU makes the playoffs, all 16 teams share their $20 million that they get. So you only get like a $1 million payout for making the playoffs. Where if Notre Dame makes it, they get all 20 million.
Hmm. Yeah, you're way more versed with the conferences and all that stuff. You're in the business, so I only yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
It is interesting, but yeah, it's just it feels like every couple of years there's just like some kind of big shift or realignment or one conference is
And
adding
I wish we
one.
went back to regional stuff because
It's
like
yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, it's obviously about the money and TV contracts and everything else, but it's really unfair to like athletes like traveling across the country to go play. Like, that's what the conferences are for. You kind of want to be in the same area. So, um, yeah, whatever. They're getting paid a lot of money now, so they can do it.
and it's almost like the NFL, which we're going to talk about next. The New Orleans Saints been winless in the preseason. Uh, yeah, I mean, this. All right, so I'm gonna just give my thoughts on this football team. It's been a while since we talked. I went to that camp. I told you the last time we talked, and I said that was the worst practice I've seen at an NFL camp. My issue with this football team, Mike, is you're going into a season with two quarterbacks that are inexperienced. You need a vet to kind of teach them how to watch film, teach them how to be a professional. My other problem is you starting Spencer Rattler, and Spencer Rattler won the job. But my issue is you drafted Tyler Shuck 40th overall. You didn't draft him 40th overall to be a backup. And then people, oh, you got to let him develop. Well, he's 26 years old, Mike. He should be developed. He didn't win you a job. That's a big red flag because it's the guy that they ultimately want to start because they drafted him. Um, so, and then also, you can't give Rattler a short leash, Mike. You cannot. He's if he throws 3 picks in week 1, you cannot put in Tyler Shuck because these two quarterbacks need to grow. They're gonna have growing pain, and they need to go and screw up. All right. That's my rant.
I think they made the right move putting Rattler as the starter. I mean, what's the rush? Honestly, the Saints are gonna be terrible this year. So, uh, I don't know. I think Rattler has a lot of
Would just
poise.
like to
He's.
see. I would
I,
just like to see if
I just think
Shuck
they
is the
bring.
guy.
I think they're equally as good, but they bring different things to the table. Like when you honestly like look at their body of work, like Shuck's a bigger quarterback. Shuck's like 6'5". Rattler's only like 5'11", 6 foot. They both have decent sized arms. Rattler's like way more elusive. You know, one guy, it's just kind of what you want in a quarterback, and then it's just kind of polar opposites. Um, I
I
don't think there's
also
a
have a
wrong
problem
answer.
with this team.
Probably
Yeah, I
there's a lot
get
of problems
that.
with this team.
Well, I have a huge problem, Mike. So Devon Vele wasn't going to have a role on this Broncos team. Like when I made my 53-man roster, I had him as a fringe player. Multiple reasons why. Pat Bryan, the rookie out of Illinois, looked really good. I've sent you a video of him looking like Michael Thomas. Troy Franklin stepping up. Now Vele had 41 catches as a rookie, 26-year-old rookie, but as a rookie. So the Saints traded for him, giving up a 4th round pick for a player that might have been cut, honestly. To me, a 4th round pick is way more important than a third receiver on a 2 to 6 win football team.
I mean, they gave up a 7 too. Yeah, I just was it a little rich, yeah, but then I was like, you know what, Mickey Loomis doesn't hit on picks anymore. He hasn't hit on picks in like 8 years, so
But what if he's
it's
not
what
the general manager?
I mean. Also, too, like you're using a 4th round pick on kind of a proven guy. Like I think this guy because Denver does have a lot of receivers, but I mean, like this guy could be the Saints' third guy. Maybe fourth, like definitely like a red zone threat. So you got, this guy on a contract for what, like $1.5 million, $2 million the next 2 years. So,
I would have been
um,
okay with his 6th and 7th, Mike.
yeah, that would have been cool too. I mean, that would have been ideal. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it was a good trade for the Saints. I think it'll be okay. But yeah, Mickey Loomis has not made many great moves in the past, few years. So I was going back to the Saints drafts. I mean, they have whiffed on so many players. They just randomly hit on like guys like late here and there and whatever. But yeah, Mickey Loomis. I was thinking, dude, the Saints are like $100 million against the cap next year too. Like, how is that even? How are you going to be a bottom three team and be 100 million against the cap next year? It just blows my mind. This franchise needs to work itself out of a hole. They actually need the picks, accumulate more picks. Tank. I'm sorry, Saints fans. That's just the reality situation. I don't want to win 4 games and consistently get the fifth to eighth pick every year. So just suck it up.
Damn it. Thank you, Michael Foret. I've been preaching this for months. So I was just pointing my point about Vele. You need more picks, not fucking Devon Vele. Excuse my language. Dude,
No,
let's get our
it's
season
obvious.
predictions with this stupid team. All right. I'm going to go game by game. Tell me win or loss. All
Cardinal.
right.
All right, Cardinals. I think they can win it. Do I think they will win it? No. But if they won this game, would I be shocked? No.
Kyler
Say
Murray, I
no.
think's a way better quarterback. I got a loss. I have a loss against the 49ers and on the road against the Seahawks.
Okay. Bills, that's a fun one. I think we all know how that's gonna go.
Loss.
Giants, I think they'll be the Giants.
Depends on
Patriots,
who's the quarterback.
I think they'll beat the Patriots
I
too. I
have
think
them
they'll go.
losing the Patriots.
I'll have them winning back to back, and then I think reality hit them in the face a little bit. Bears, I think they'll at
All right.
Chicago in October. That's not an easy game.
I think that they beat the Giants, lose to the Patriots. I like Drake May's progress.
Patriots
I
gonna be
think
good too, but
Vrabel's going to have.
I think they'll win both. But yeah, okay, you have Vrabel, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm 1-5, you're 2-4, and then so I'm 1-6, and you're 2-5. Bucks
I think they'll
loss.
win four. I think they'll win four. That's my prediction.
All right, all right. I have one, two. I have 3 wins.
Yeah.
I have
I mean
wins
they
against the Panthers. Actually, yeah, the Panther. I have 4 wins. Actually, I'm with you. I have 1 win against the Jets, 1 win against the Falcons, 1 win against the Panthers, and then the Giants. So I have 4 wins.
the Jets are the only game they're favored in too. Yeah, I think
Yep.
four
So
somewhere like that. I think they'll surprise somebody and they'll beat somebody randomly. Yeah, I mean, ideally, if you were to ask me how the season goes, the Saints go 2-15 with both those wins going against Atlanta. So that's the only way I'd, because they're not winning the Super Bowl, they're not going deep in the playoffs. I don't want to hear that shit. Obviously, my ideal is a Super Bowl, but that is not realistic. So yeah, I'd rather be at the bare bottom, or I'd rather go one direction or the other, like all in. And this team's not even close to competing for Super Bowl, so you got to go all in on the tank. That's just my opinion. 2-15.
um LSU
But that,
predictions. I got one in. I mean, got 11-1, or really 12-1, winning the SEC championship, and I actually have the Tigers with Garrett Nussmeier winning it all.
no, I do
I have
too.
their loss. I have a loss to either Oklahoma or South Carolina. My one loss.
Yeah, I do too. I think they'll beat South Carolina. South Carolina looked good today, but their O line is not that great. I think any kind of defensive line
Yeah,
will eat that team up. Sellers is obviously amazing, but
and it's tricky.
uh,
Like that Ole Miss game, I don't think Ole Miss is talented enough to beat LSU. You look at Bama. I think LSU has to mentally get over Bama. I think they will this year. Um, and then Oklahoma is a real game I circle at the end of the
yeah,
year.
they just can't take their foot off like the gas off their necks. I mean, they just have to keep playing aggressive, can't get comfortable, and yeah, I think it's LSU's year. I really do. I said it before the season, so like I said,
I agree.
this is the one year
I
Cal's
also
gonna
have
do it.
Also, I want to put this out there. I also have Tulane going 12-1, winning the American and making the college football playoffs as 11 or 12 seed. And I had them upsetting Notre Dame in the first round and then losing in the second round.
Notre
That
Dame's coming
was
back
my
though. Don't sleep
yeah,
on
yeah.
Notre Dame.
No,
Um,
100%. That's why I had them as Notre Dame as like a 6 seed.
yeah.
And Tulane was 11. But
What about
yeah,
this? What was the other prediction I was gonna ask? Oh,
Heisman.
Colorado
I said 7-5, 8-4. They make a bowl game.
7-5.
They
Okay.
get better as the season goes along. There's a pick. There's Miami. Dude, my prediction was Georgia. I think Georgia Tech can win the ACC. That's my bold prediction. Georgia Tech can win the ACC, and then Texas Tech can win the Big 12.
Yeah, Texas
Also,
Tech spent a ton of money too, didn't they?
yeah,
In NIL.
yeah,
Yep.
don't sleep on Utah. Arizona State's going to be good again, and then Miami looks really good. But my thing about Miami is I don't trust Mario Cristobal as a head coach.
Yeah. You know, Miami hasn't won a big time game like in a long time. Like a
This will be one of their biggest wins in a while.
no, I mean like the championship.
Yeah, it's 2002. But I mean,
It's just like one of those schools where it's just like,
they have a lot of money though. I think they're going to be really good in this transfer portal NIL era.
oh,
Um,
100%. But um, I want to see him do it before I ever start predicting it. It's like Oregon. It's like you haven't won anything. Why? Am I gonna start predicting now?
well, I'm predicting like them win the ACC or make the
Yeah, but I
playoff.
mean like
That's not do
championship
anything.
or yeah.
Yeah,
No, I think losing the number one pick, I think going from Cam Ward to Carson Beck is pretty drastic. So yeah,
Bucks look good.
I'm not a bet guy at all. So you're
Yeah,
not the
dude, isn't
person
it
to go
great
with me
football's
back.
back though, man?
Yeah, no, it's been incredible. It's been incredible so far.
And it's been
I'm
good
looking forward
game.
to tailgating. I'm looking forward to it all. I'll be at the ASU
What's it?
Colorado game, right?
Yes, we actually yes we will. I already got the off dates on that one, my friend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Look, I'm gonna go to try and go to like pretty much every LSU game. So I can.
Um,
I think I'm going to 5 this year. So I
real
might do
quick,
it
I want to
all.
get to Louisiana Lafayette. I mean Louisiana Raging Cajuns. My wife went there, so I gotta say Louisiana Raging
My
Cajuns. Yeah.
wife.
Um, they beat McNeese. Oh, they're at Mizzou. What do you think they do? 8-4.
I think we win out and go to the college football playoff and win it all. That's what I think.
But you
No,
got LSU.
I was talking to my friend about it. I was like, what if we just like lost every game but somehow beat Missouri? Would that be a successful season? He's like, no, but it would be kind of awesome at the same time. So beating Missouri would be incredible. Yeah, I don't know. It's just these teams aren't very deep. Like the quarterback, like losing your quarterback, you're really, really screwed. There's no 4-star behind you. It's just like some kid that, you know,
That's the thing about Tulane compared to other Group of Five teams. Real quick, they brought four pretty good quarterbacks in. Brendan Sullivan was the starting quarterback at Iowa last season. Played at Northwestern. He was going to get the job before Retzloff got had sex at BYU. You can't have sex at BYU. Um, no, I'm serious. He got suspended for 7 games for having sex at BYU. By
is that really
that's
why
why
he got
he
suspended? I didn't even know.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he wasn't gonna leave BYU, and then this girl from Utah, to give you all a little backstory, pretty interesting backstory, said that he raped her, and then they found out it was very consensual. There was text messages and everything else, so the charges got dropped. But the problem is he admitted to having sex with her. And at BYU, there's a moral code. Like Jamal Williams, who went to BYU, got suspended for a year for having a party. Okay, at BYU. So he had to leave BYU his senior year, and he left in late July. And so Tulane picks him up. They were going to start Sullivan, but then you get this quarterback that he had a draft grade last year, and he was going to get drafted. I'm not first rounder, but like a fourth, third round, fifth round pick um, this season. So they go from having Sullivan, who's a solid option, to Retzloff. So Tulane, like they have like two or three quarterbacks now that can play.
I'm jealous. Yeah, no, it's tough not having a solid QB, a solid guy, at the helm, but it's unfortunate. I think you'll be okay. I don't think Walker Howard's gonna be out for the season or anything. But yeah, it's just unfortunate yesterday. So yeah, but I'm glad it's back, baby. Something to do again.
It's like crack, man. Can't,
Yeah, NFL. Out of 10, how excited are you for the NFL?
I think the Broncos are going to be really good. Not a fan, but I'm going to really enjoy covering them this year. I love the NFL. I'm excited. I'm just excited for football. Um,
Like college football excitement level, like being back and versus like,
well, it's also because the Saints suck. All right,
well, that's what I'm
like at
saying.
this
Like I'm looking forward to football. I always will, like for sure. Don't get me wrong, but like it's definitely going to be an emotionless like year. Like I'm not going to get up or down if the Saints do well or suck ass, which they probably will. So I'm not. I'm just gonna be like, okay,
if they go 11-5 or
I'm gonna be a
11-6,
psychopath and watch football and have no emotions. Like I'm not gonna be attached to anything the Saints do. So it's
dude,
gonna
if the
be actually kind of.
Saints,
It's actually. I'm actually looking forward to it, believe it or
Mike,
not.
I'm calling this bluff. If somehow Rattler becomes what all these fan theorists on Twitter freaking think, and the Saints become good and win the NFC South, you're not going to be like stoked. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Ask me after week 4 how I'm feeling, but at this moment, I'm gonna watch this like Patrick Bateman just like staring at the TV, no emotion. So I I'm always gonna have comments about it. I'm always gonna talk shit on the podcast about it, but yeah, it's just I'm not gonna get upset when they suck. And I'm like, if they win like 4 in a row, okay, you have my attention, sir. But dude, we just said they're gonna have 4 wins this year. So
100%. I know.
like my expectations are low. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna try and watch this emotionless. That's all.
Real quick, Nussmeier's the favorite to win the Heisman. I'm very high on Garrett Nussmeier. I hope he's the
Time
same.
out. I can't do the Heisman after we're not
No,
even done
no,
with week one. It drives me crazy. They were
no.
doing it on
I know.
SportsCenter like
But
Heisman rankings. I'm
I
like,
have a theory. I'm not picking Nuss to win the Heisman. Okay, let me finish my
no,
freaking statement.
I just heard Heisman. I'm like, I'm already like,
All right,
it's been everywhere. I'm just
it's
like, Jesus
it's
Christ, it's not even
preseason
24 hours.
predictions. Okay,
Okay,
this is
all right.
preseason predictions. Okay, um, I think Nuss he's going to be way more improved than he was as a starting quarterback. But I don't know if that's going to result in better statistics or Heisman statistics
I
this
agree.
season. I think he's going to be an efficient football player, a really good quarterback. I think he's going to be put himself in position to be drafted top 5 in the NFL draft. But I actually like players like Sellers a little bit more to win the Heisman this year because of that reason.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think the upsides there were Sellers, but yeah, I think LSU could have 2 or 3 more wins than South Carolina at the end of the year, and that could be the differentiator. I mean, you're gonna have
Well,
to
you
have
say
like,
that Jaden Daniels won 9
well,
games.
that's what I was about to say. Like Jaden Daniels, but dude, Jaden Daniels was just like
I know.
so
I know.
dominant.
I know.
Like,
I
I
know.
mean, my hottest take ever is Daniels over Burrow,
That's a hot take. Burrow is so good.
but if you put
He was,
Daniels if you put Daniels with that team, I think the same results, if not better.
I don't know,
I mean,
man. Burrow is a freaking machine.
now
Like he's
watching Jaden Daniels versus Florida, that was like the ultimate like, oh my god, like this. I've never seen a player just like really dominate a game like that. Like it
well
was just
watching
insane.
Burrow against Oklahoma in a playoff game.
That was fun too, but I
God,
think they're both
LSU's had
amazing.
some quarterbacks, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if I was a recruiting coordinator for LSU, that's all I'd say. Just like show them the list, and then like, by the way, Nussmeier's about to be a first round pick as
Well,
well.
that's what I'm
So
saying. I'm including Nussmeier in this. They might be
yeah,
the 3 best quarterbacks LSU has ever had. Those 3. Um,
yeah.
with Bart Jones and Jamarcus Russell. Dude, I was watching tape on Jamarcus Russell at LSU, and I was like, I see why scouts were.
Oh, I mean, he had the
He
biggest arm like ever. Like there's a reason he
made
went
it
number one.
effortless.
There was a reason he went number one, but I guess they just didn't talk to him in the pre-draft process. So
And it's also he
yeah,
went to the Raiders. If he
yeah.
would went to a functional organization, do they be like, hey, dude, you got to work out, have somebody like there on his ass.
I don't know. Maybe didn't his life coach quit on him? Like that's pretty tough.
Yeah,
That's a pretty tough thing to do when your
yeah.
life coach quits on you.
The
So
man, my man liked his purple
I
dreams.
think he signed that contract and he's like, oh, it was a good ride.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
But
Fun pod, man. It's
what
good to be known, dude.
yeah, what else is there? Did we hit on everything?
And, I have the Bills winning the Super Bowl. I already said my Broncos prediction to the world that I think the Chiefs go further in the playoffs, but the Chiefs go 11-6.
I
The
think the
Broncos
Chiefs have
go
like
12-5.
I think Mahomes like statistically is a big year. I think this is
Yeah.
like I think he's
I
been
think
kind
I
of
think
last
the
stable.
Broncos win the division. That's my hot take. 12-5. I think the Chiefs go further in the playoffs, but go 11-6.
I'm into it. I agree. All right, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys for tuning
Blue balls,
in.
Bear.
Yeah, Corey's gonna about to get CTE, and yeah,
I already
appreciate you guys
have.
tuning in, and if you can like and subscribe, appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.
And donate to my CTE foundation.
Very big foundation.